Hey, y'all. All right, we're back. All right, we're going to go over 3.3 today. And what we're going to do is we are going to be proving that we have parallel lines by using the properties of the angle relationships created by the transversal. So now, instead of us giving you parallel lines, you have to prove that the lines are parallel. Okay, so let's just do a little bit of review about those characteristics of the angles. Okay. Now, I want you guys to notice right up here, it says these following angle relationships can be used to prove that lines cut by a transversal are parallel. So these can be used. Okay, so corresponding angles. If our corresponding angles are congruent, then the lines are parallel. Well, wait a minute, didn't that work the same way, right? If I told you, hey, you have a set of parallel lines, and if you have corresponding angles, then they're congruent. Well, if they're congruent, then the lines are parallel. So I want you guys to remember the notation for parallel. Look right here. Remember that notation. That says that line A is parallel to line B. Okay? All right, now, another one that we can use, alternate interior angles. So if alternate interior angles are congruent, then the lines are parallel. Okay, so these, again, you can use these. If alternate exterior angles are congruent, then the lines are parallel. All right, so there's our congruent angles. Now let's look at, what about our supplementary angles? Well, let's look. It says if consecutive interior angles are supplemental, remember, if they add up to 180 degrees, then the lines are parallel. Now, I want you guys to just look for a second. It says if the measurement of angle 7 plus the measurement of angle 8 equals 180, then line G is parallel to line H. So that means that angle 7 and angle 8 add up to 180 degrees. Okay, now, ladies and gents, let me move down and we're going to take a look at the ones that you cannot use to prove that lines are parallel. Again, okay, the following angle relationships cannot be used to prove that lines are parallel. Vertical angles. You cannot use that vertical angles are congruent so your lines are parallel. Guys, no. Vertical angles are always congruent, no matter what. Okay? And remember, vertical angles are created by intersecting lines. You don't even have to have parallel lines, right? You don't even have to have another line on that transversal. All you have to have is an X, okay? Two lines that intersect. Now, the other one says that linear pairs are always supplemental. Linear pairs always add up to 180, no matter if the lines are parallel or not. Look right here. You only need those lines to create linear pairs. You don't even need that other line. Okay? So remember, vertical angles and linear pairs, we cannot use that to prove that lines are parallel. We can use it to help us determine an angle relationship like the ones up above, but we cannot use these by themselves. Okay, so next we're going to go look at number 4 together. Guys, go down and look at number 4. Okay, we're down here at number 4, but all it says is X angle relationship. It gives us the picture. What are we supposed to do? Guys, we need to go back up and we need to read the instructions. Okay, the instructions say, find the value of X that makes the lines parallel and state the angle relationship that you used. So we have to determine a value of X that will make these lines parallel. Let's think about what that means. Let me get our thing situated here. There we go. Okay, what that means is this. We need to first determine what is the angle relationship with the angles that we've been given. So if we look at 2x plus 18 and 5x minus 36, we have to ask ourselves, what is the relationship between those two angles? What do you guys think? What's that relationship? Okay, so hopefully you guys remembered that these guys are alternate exterior angles, right? Okay, alternate exterior angles. Now, next question you have to ask yourself, can we use alternate exterior angles to prove that lines are parallel? What do you guys think? Yes, we can, because when alternate interior angles, okay, are congruent, then my lines are parallel. Oh, okay. So if these guys are congruent, and only when these guys are congruent, then my lines are parallel. Okay, so guys, if these angles are congruent, can you please go solve for x and tell me, what do you get for the value of x? Okay, let's see how you did. First of all, did you set up the equation properly? Okay, if they're congruent, then you set them equal to each other. Okay, and then I'm going to isolate x. I'm going to get it all by itself. So I'm going to move the 2x to the other side. So I subtract 2x from either side. And I'm going to move the 36 to the other side. So I add 36 to both sides. Okay, so that means that I have 3x equals 54. And then when I divide through, did you guys get 18? Good job, good job, good job. Okay, so 18 equals x. Now, guys, what we just did is we just said that only when x equals 18 will those lines be parallel. If and only if x equaled 17.7, those angles would not be congruent, so the lines would not be parallel. So we just found the value of x that proves that those lines are parallel. All right, see, it's not that bad to prove something, is it? I know some of you heard about proofs. Oh, proofs are so hard. Guys, we got this, right? Okay, let's go ahead and let's go down and take a look at number 7 next, and I'll work out a different one with you. Okay, so we're down here at number 7, and guys, the instructions are still the same. We're going to find the value of x that proves that those lines are parallel. All right, so the very first thing I should do, identify the angle relationship. So, dun dun, I've got an x value right here, an x value right here. Hey guys, what is the relationship between those two angles? All right, hopefully you said, Miss Smith, those are consecutive interior angles. Okay, so we've got consecutive interior angles. Okay, now, here's the question. Consecutive interior angles are what if my lines are parallel? What happens? Like, what happens to their measurements? Okay, so hopefully you said, hey, Miss Smith, consecutive interior angles are supplementary, right, if my lines are parallel, meaning that they add up to 180 degrees. Oh, okay. So if we have supplementary angles, and if I'm trying to prove that my lines are parallel, then I need to find a value of x that works. So guys, I want you to set up the equation to solve for x based upon our angle relationship and tell me what you get. All right, let's see. Did you say if there's supplementary angles, then I have to add them together, right? So 6x minus 37 plus 14x plus 17, I have to add those together and set them equal to 180. All right, so let's work it out, okay? And let's see if you guys got the same thing I did. All right, combine like terms. So I get 20x minus 20 equals 180. Oh, okay, move the 20 to the other side. I have 20x equals 200. Divide through by 2. Oh, wait a minute, that's 20x. Divide through by 20. See, even I make mistakes. And x is going to be 10. Okay, so this is saying that if and only if, okay, x is 10, then the lines will be parallel because the consecutive interior angles will be supplementary. Okay, now, guys, the rest of this particular assignment you're going to work on during class. And you know what? There are some that may challenge you, and that's okay. Remember, you're going to be thinking more. All right, guys, we will see you in class, and adios.